Becky, what are you doing, mate?
Sorry, Paul. I just wanted to make some flowers for Fly.
It's supposed to be Valentine's Day flowers. Not flowers for your coach.
What are your thoughts, though?
Actually doesn't look too bad.
Oleg Markov here, and we're at the Glasshouse Florist Shop where I'll be making a bouquet for Valentine's Day. Come on in, let's go! Alright, well, I've got a little bit of a vision because I actually Googled how to make a bouquet before I got here, Paul. And it says you need a focal flower. You need something to base all your flowers around. Now, normally it would be the center of my universe. So I might get one of these and I'll have a good explanation as to why I only need the one. All right, so I got the yellow. I'm gonna get a bundle of these and I'll explain why later. This is so exciting. I actually get to be creative for once. My favorite flower happens to be the same as my mum's, and it is a lily, a water lily. These ones are my favorite ones. Because you think Oriental lilies are like, I can't think of an analogy, maybe like a chocolate bar. You kind of know what you're gonna get, but it needs to open and blossom. That was the worst analogy I've ever said in my life. We'll scrap that. I will need some little small yellow ones. These look pretty good to me. Do you have any blue Oriental lilies?
No, you don't get blue Oriental lilies.
I knew that, I was just testing you, Paul. All right, well, I'm gonna get 3 of these little strands, these ones here. Yeah, Delphian, which is the Latin word for Delphinians. Paul, what's going on here?
Okay, shake them. Just take the whole bunch out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's right, yeah.
I only need 3.
Yeah, we'll just shake them. You might have to take more out to get what you want.
I'm borderline gonna give up on this one, Paul.
No, just grab them all. Shake them. Oh, you break them all. That's right, take them up there. Yeah.
Any of this?
Yeah,
Lime trees?
yeah, just grab a little bit of that.
I'll grab a little bit. I'll try not to break any of it. It's a workout in itself collecting these things. I was once a florist. I did it for a year and a half. But when I talk about being a florist, I'm also just delivered them. This is my first time doing a bouquet by myself. And I'm gonna take everyone on a journey, as I believe this one will be about me and my beautiful partner, Rebecca. Well, she doesn't like me calling her Rebecca, Becky. And I'm gonna start with what is called the focal flower. The focal flower is the most important flower in the bouquet, stands upright in the middle, and is the center of your bouquet. However, I'm gonna make this the center of my universe. For those wondering, it is not Becky, it is the sun. The sun is the center of the universe, obviously. Now, around it, I'm gonna use 1 water lily. Ideally, I wanted 1 in the color pink because that is Becky, but we've got 2, so it could be Becky and my mum. Very important women in my life. On top of that, we're gonna include 3 blue Delphinia, which are the 3 important boys in her life. And you're wondering, 3, Leggy, what does that mean? Well, there is obviously myself, our puppy Chip, and you would not believe it, but we are expecting a 3rd, which happens to be a boy. So that's for the little one. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. We met in the Gold Coast, so this can replicate Gold Coast, which was a very important time in both of our lives. Look at that. A bit of foliage is what the florists call. And what do we know about the Gold Coast? Well, it has sand. So I've got this, which is called a snapdragon. Now the snapdragon is important to us because it is a lioness flower. it's a lion flower. Lioness sounds just as good. What else do we know about the beautiful Gold Coast? Well, sand, there's also water, and these flowers are just called flowers. What are they called, Paul?
Delphinium.
They are also Delphinium, but they're a different shade of Delphinium. Commonly found in both the Sahara Desert and also the Atlantic Ocean. So it is a bilingual something or other flower. This was meant to be for the waves. You know when they crash and they leave the white powdery stuff? Foam. Another thing florists have to deal with is being able to operate with one hand only. So to all the florists out there, I have immense amount of respect because I cannot do this. I will say one thing, I did steal 2 bouquets. Pretended not to deliver them and I took them home to my mum. So technically like Robin Hood, you can't get angry at me. There's 2 sides to every flower. There's the positive and the negative, like these yin and yangs. The positive thing is surprises, especially Valentine's Day. I used to deliver flowers to people at work and all sorts of babies and all the good news and that. But then also whenever people lost a loved one, you get the flowers. So sometimes knocking on a door and no one answering, if I knew it wasn't for a funeral or anything like that, I did take a flower or 2 or a bouquet. But yeah, I essentially knew how to drive a van, drove it manually, and got into 2 car crashes. So yeah, my floristry experience was very, very eventful. And I'm kind of glad I'm not in it because, well, look at this. Look at this catastrophe I've created.
That actually looks really good, mate.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul. I need you in my life more often. Maybe you should sit on the bench whenever we play. I need some positive affirmations every now and then. So I got into floristry because a friend of mine, her mother worked for a florist business, and for Valentine's Day is obviously the grand final of a florist. Am I right? There's a lot of orders, a lot of things need to be delivered and they need to be on time. I can't imagine if I ordered flowers and they weren't delivered on Valentine's Day, I would be sleeping in the doghouse. So we needed more drivers, we needed more people. That's where I put my hand up and I kind of enjoyed it. I fell in love with it. It was good fun. My bouquet would be called the center of my universe. Metaphorically, it probably is Becky, but scientifically, it is the sun. Both of which come out when they're happy. So my partner, Becky, is only happy during summer, which happens to be now, which is fantastic. But yeah, I've essentially done our little journey. I've actually included another female in here, but I've included us 3 boys that she loves dearly. The Greek goddess of Aphrodite is believed to have used roses. And this is why this symbolizes love. So it would not be a bouquet on Valentine's Day without a singular rose. However, mine's got 1 thorn in it. As we all know, love is got its ups and downs. And I'm gonna keep life a little bit interesting. So when Becky does get this, if she does prick herself, it's okay. Keeps us on our toes. And yeah, we'll go from there. So this can be another, you know what? I'm gonna make this the actual, I'm gonna have to make it the focal point because I can't push it any further in. There we go. So the sun and love are the center of the universe. For one, for osmosis, and the other, for making the future generation. If I can't give the flowers to Becky, because she might have a different Valentine, I would give the flowers to probably Fly at the club. He does pick the team, so I'm hopeful that if he enjoys if he enjoys the bouquet, maybe I stay in the team for longer. And I've got a son on the way, and I've got a 1-year contract, and I need to somehow get 78 games for a father's son. So I don't know how I'm going to squeeze 78 games in 1 year, but we've got to make it happen. So hopefully Flowers can assist with that. I'm actually hopeful that Becky can become successful and I can be a stay-at-home dad. That'd be nice. But till then, maybe a crash test dummy. The amount of vans I've written off. What are your thoughts, Paul?
Well done. Good job.
Beautiful.